U.S. law generally requires visa applicants to be interviewed by a consular officer at a U.S. embassy or consulate. While the vast majority of visa applications are approved, U.S. law sets out many standards under which a visa application may be denied. An application may be denied because the consular officer does not have all of the information required to determine if the applicant is eligible to receive a visa, because the applicant does not qualify for the visa category for which he or she applied, or because the information reviewed indicates the applicant falls within the scope of one of the inadmissibility or ineligibility grounds of the law. An applicant's current and/or past actions, such as drug or criminal activities, as examples, may make the applicant ineligible for a visa. If denied a visa, in most cases the applicant is notified of the section of law which applies. Visa applicants are also advised by the consular officer if they may apply for a waiver of their ineligibility. Several of the most common reasons for visa ineligibilities are explained below. For more information, review the visa ineligibilities in the Immigration and Nationality Act, INA. While applying for an immigration visa to the United States, the consular officer assumes that the applicant intends to leave to his or her home country and immigrate to the U.S. The immigration officer must be convinced that the applicant has a house outside of U.S. that he doesn't wish to abandon and that he is visiting the U.S. for a temporary period and he or she is able to pay for the trip and meeting the requirements of the visa type the applicant is applying for. Even though you would have had all the documents in place, there is a chance that your visa application may be rejected. It is the consular officer who decides if you are eligible for the visa or not. He comes to the conclusion after reviewing your file and the social, economic and family ties that the applicant has to his or her country. One of the reasons for refusal can also be that you have not demonstrated that you meet the qualifications for the visa category during the interview. The most common reasons for U.S. visa refusal are: 1. You have not fully completed the visa application. 2. You have not provided all the supporting documents. 3. You did not establish eligibility for the visa category. 4. You were convicted of a crime that involves moral turpitude. 5. You were convicted of drug violation. 6. You have 2 or more criminal convictions for which you may have a total sentence of 5 years in prison. 7. You have not demonstrated that you have adequate finances to support your trip to the United States. 8. You have misrepresented a material fact. 9. You have remained for a longer period in the U.S. than the period you were supposed to have stayed for. There are several reasons for visa refusal. However, the most prominent 15 reasons are as follows. 1. It is the consular officer who decides if you are eligible for the visa or not. Each and every section of the visa application form should be filled up. You should provide correct information and not leave any section blank. All sections have instructions about what to do in case it does not apply to you. If you do not provide all the correct information, then it can be a visa refusal reason. Therefore, fill in the details very carefully to avoid any spelling error or data mismatch issue. Any data mismatch will result in application refusal. 2. Violating visa rules and documentation process. Every immigration department has strict inlaid rules for visa approval along with the documentation process. If you have a discrepancy in any documents or fail to follow the guidelines and set of rules, you will get visa denial. Therefore, always read the embassy website and the provisions to visiting a specific country before applying for a visa. All your documents are thoroughly checked by the authority to validate those. In case there are any fake documents, then the visa will be instantly rejected. The embassy authority cannot verify documents in regional language. Therefore, submitting such documents is ineffective. 3. Incomplete travel itinerary. Providing an incomplete travel itinerary is one of the most important reasons for visa refusal. Ideally, an itinerary record must have details of the travel plan, including 1. Plan and time to visit countries and states. 2. Flight and other transport tickets. 3. Hotel booking receipts. 4. Inapplicable travel insurance for specific destinations. If you plan to visit any Schengen country, you must have travel insurance of at least €30,000. Insurance should be applicable for Schengen countries and cover up the entire duration of your stay in the country. In case you cannot provide such travel insurance, then the visa will not be granted. However, some countries do not need travel issuance. Hence, before applying, read the guidelines and know the requirements. 5. Insufficient reason explaining the intent of travel. You may visit a country for various reasons like business, study, tourism, etc. However, you should have proof supporting your intent. For instance, you want to visit a country to appear for an exam. You should have the admit card and permission letter from the institute approving your necessity to visit the country to appear for the exam. 6. Status of your passport. Your passport has expired, is about to expire, or there is no page for a visa in the passport. In that case, visa rejection is possible. Some countries need a passport that is more than 6 months away from its date of expiry. Therefore, if your passport expiry date is less than 6 months, you won't get a visa. 7. Time of visa application. Different consulates have different visa processing times. Hence, you should apply for a visa before the threshold processing time. Make a visa application at least a month before traveling schedule. If processing time crosses the traveling date, then the visa automatically gets rejected. 8. Shortage of funds. To visit any country, you should have enough funds in your bank account. The consulate has set some specific amount as the cost of your stay in a particular country. If your account does not reflect the expected amount, then it can be a reason for visa rejection. For instance, you need to have a bank balance of $5,000 to $10,000 to get a visa for a 15 days stay in the USA. If your bank statement shows that the balance is less than $5,000 and you applied for a 20 days stay, your visa will get rejected. 9. Criminal records. One of the important visa denial reasons is an existing criminal record, or your entry can threaten the destination country. If the criminal record is clear, then it won't affect the visa approval process. 10. Sponsors' credibility. If any other person sponsors your visit to the foreign country, then the embassy will check their credibility in terms of 1. Legal status. 2. Income. 3. Tax obligations. 11. Unfavorable travel history. Visa may get cancelled with poor history due to the following reasons. 1. Cancellation of any previous visa application. 2. Overstaying in any country in the past. 3. Performing activities violating the visa norms of any specific country during your stay period. 12. Visa interview process. Visa interview checks if your explanation, intent, and communication are genuine. If you become nervous or hesitant, your visa application may get cancelled, assuming that you have hidden intentions. 13. Health status. If you have any infectious disease or do not have a vaccine certificate for any specific disease, your visa is not accepted. 14. Intent of return. If you cannot provide data or proof that you have ties with the home country and intend to return on a specific date, you may get a visa refusal. 15. Allies with the destination country. If the destination country does not have a good relationship with your country, the visa application gets rejected. What are the steps to avoid visa refusal and rejection? To avoid visa refusal or rejection, you should generally know the reasons for the visa rejection. While applying for a visa, you have to be very cautious of abiding by all rules and regulations, providing mentioned documents, and keeping no discrepancies. Steps are: 1. Read the guideline given on the embassy website. 2. Apply online after reading all instructions. 3. Do not leave any column or section blank. 3. Follow the instructions mentioned in the specific section to provide the right information. 4. Attach valid documents. 5. Keep enough funds in your account. 6. Give a clear explanation of your intent to visit the country, stay, and return. 7. Do not make a typing error or spelling mistake. 8. Apply with enough time in hand. 9. Complete all the formalities of visa application properly. 10. Bank account balance, travel insurance, income tax liabilities, legal status, medical status, health conditions are some major points of considerations. Take the right step, do the right thing, get it right and travel right. Don't forget to subscribe and share.